So, a quickie before we start. As I said, on the other side of this focuses on this game alone, the one game, and has nothing to do with Superstar Saga DX at all. If you want to see the review on that, then I do suggest you look at my previous uploads. It'll be the one not just before this, but 2 videos ago. Just before this was Cuphead, and then Mario DX is right below it. Or if you're watching this year's in the future, it should be right before it in the review playlist. But with that being said, let's get into Bowser's side of things. So, unlike most of the reviews I do, where they are split into sections of graphics and music and such, this one is just going to be one long-running section, as there's really not a lot to this. I mean, it can't even hardly be called a game. Interactive movie? Yeah, let's go with that. I mean, as with Superstar DX, all of the music and graphics are very nice, as it's the same graphics and music as the counterpart, so that's great. But as for the rest of it, it's a bit lacking. I mean, it's basically Bowser's Minion Simulator. Wait a minute. I've heard that somewhere before.
This just goes on forever. I mean, I almost forgot this game was about Princess Peach. For a moment there, I thought we were playing some sort of Bowser Minion Simulator. So,
Wait, when was this uploaded? 2 years ago. Oh my god. Lonely Goomba predicted the future? Come to mention it, the whole game centres around a Goomba. The one that came up with the idea, perhaps? I knew you sold out to Nintendo, Goomba. Or no, wait a moment. Maybe it's just Nintendo stealing ideas again. Quick to cease and desist AM2R. But 3 months later, oh, you just so happen to be making your own version of Metroid 2. Yes, Nintendo, I'm sure you were, and it totally had nothing to do with the popularity of AM2R over your shit game of Federation Force. You didn't even acknowledge Samus's 30th birthday on Twitter, and you didn't even mention or hint that you even cared about Samus or the Metroid franchise at all. But oh my, when AM2R was flooding the internet and getting a whole lot more attention for it being a real Metroid game over Federation Force, you just so happened to be fully interested at that point. Yeah, fuck off, Nintendo. Don't try and spin that coincidence bullshit with me. And now Bowser's Minions? I mean fucking hell. You didn't even bother to change the name. All you did was take the word simulator off the end. It's still got the 2 words of Bowser and Minions in it. So, I have to believe that this was not made by you, but is in fact a fan creation by the lonely Goomba himself, playing as himself to show what a great guy he is, to win Bowser's respect over that other Goomba.
Oh, I wish Bowser trusted me that much. You stupid Goomba. Fuck him, you twat. Look at him, thinks he's so great.
Which leads on to the story itself, wherein after the airship explodes, the lonely Goomba is sent flying and lands on the ground. Lost and alone, he sets off to regroup with his team and find his king, while also along the way saving the rest of Bowser's followers from their brainwashing caused by Fluffle's evil gas that does not affect the lonely Goomba because he's got a powerful aura about him that others can see, and it's clearly very, very strong. An interesting idea for a story, I'll give it that. There are many like that in Chain of Memories with Riku's side, or Shantae Half Genie Hero with Risky's side that let us play as a bad guy and see things that we've missed. And this does fill in some of the plot holes, like why in the main story the Koopalings obey Fluffle. Spoilers, it's because they're brainwashed by the evil gas. So, you're okay, fine. And so, the lonely Goomba goes off on his epic quest to find Lord Bowser and prove that he is truly the greatest of all the Goombas. Even better than this guy.
You stupid Goomba. Fuck him, you twat. Look at him. Thinks he's so great.
Then we get into the gameplay, which is... I mean, it kind of sucks, like a lot, as there is no gameplay really. It's mostly cutscenes, and when the battle starts, all you can do is watch. Basically, every fight, your team and the enemy team bump into each other. You have no control over anything at all. You just sit and watch. The only input you will have, and this isn't even at the start, is every now and again you can press A to either make an A attack do a bit of extra damage, or touch a button on the touch screen to silence an enemy, which in turn will cancel out their ultimate, preventing some damage that you may have taken. But again, you do not have these abilities accessed right away. You have to unlock them as the game goes on. So the first world is quite a slog, because it's just sit there and watch, really. So aside from that button, you are watching the Lonely Goomba movie. Now, you do get 3 different troops with 3 different elements of range, melee and flying, and you learn about a weakness triangle. So there is a very mild strategy to it, so you can see what you'll be facing and stack different troops so that your troops will be super effective against the enemy troops, like this set of enemies that is a white robed guy with a pointy hat controlling a load of black
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, so controlling, so seeing what was super effective against them. It's not in depth. It's not very in depth, but it's okay, I guess. And that's a lot. There's nothing more to it. So my final verdict for the Lonely Goomba movie is a okay 2 out of 5. As a side thing that was just thrown on, it's okay. It's got the graphics and music of Superstar Saga, so naturally it looks and sounds nice. But aside from the pretty pictures and music, there is not really much I could recommend, as it's a very shallow RPG. Again, it's not even a game movie. As you know, there's not much to it. The gameplay is almost non-existent. You just press the A button every now and again, and you get to pick the right team for the fight. But really, you're more or less just watching a movie. And yet, it does feel like an interactive movie rather than a game. And the story seems to be only there to fill a few plot holes. Why are the Koopalings loyal to Fluffle? Plot hole. Nope. Brainwashed. And it's kind of obvious. So, was it really necessary? I mean, all of the plot holes that were filled are pretty obvious. Like the Koopa one. When we see them loyal to Fluffle near the end of Superstar Saga, it's already kind of obvious why they are. I mean, Fluffle has a crazy hat thing that does crazy things throughout the entire game, so you know it's going to have some kind of hypnosis or something. And its biggest killer is the ending, as you know how it's going to end. What do you think? You're gonna kill Fluffle yourself and save Lord Bowser? No, of course not. This game is a side piece to the full story, so it's all for naught as we know he becomes Bowletta. I mean, the final ending does take place after Bowletta, but you spend half of the game trying to rescue Lord Bowser. But you, as the player, know you won't, so it kind of defeats the purpose a little bit. So, if you want to try it, It's okay, I guess, it's there, but I can't really recommend it or beg you to play it and say, oh, it's really good. It's, again, just kind of there if you want to, but nothing is taken away from its amazing counterpart of the Superstar Saga remake if you want to skip it. But hey, at least the Lonely Goomba did get his very own interactive movie and prove to Lord Bowser that he was better than this guy.
You stupid Goomba. Fuck him, you twat. Look at him, thinks he's so great.
So much better, in fact, that he showed that guy how to break the chains of love.